Listen, I like scary movies, all right? And I know as a Christian, there's different opinions if you can watch scary movies or not. The way I look at it is I watch scary movies because I believe in the actual message of the movie. So I do believe in these demonic figures. I do believe in these possessions. That's just another way of me staying up to date and pretty much steering away from it when it comes to real life. Like not to be afraid of it. But as far as entertainment, I do like the movies. I find them very, very interesting. And I understand that if evil exists, good exists, and vice versa. People that believe that only evil exists and no good exists, or vice versa, I don't know where they get that mentality from. But I do believe in these type of, I guess, Hollywood messaging per se. So, with that being said, have you guys watched the movie The Obsession? Because I gotta be honest with you, all I like is horror movies, and for the budget they had and the people they had starting in this movie, they don't have much experience at all. And it's one of the best movies I've ever seen, to be honest with you. Not because it was, so much horror. It was just because it was so creepy and it was pretty unpredictable, if you ask me. I do agree. I do tend to believe that, you could get possessed by voodoo and dark magic and things like that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and react to this video.
People think it's just another be careful what you wish for movie, but this film is actually a warning for something much darker. While the One Wish Willow toy seems like just a cinematic trope, its real-world inspiration is even more sinister. You need to understand how the wish works to uncover who Bear was talking to when he called customer service. The voice on that...
I will say that, I don't know if you guys watched the movie or not, I don't want to spoil anything, but during that call, I wasn't 100% sure who he was talking to. I know that he was talking to the girl, but if the girl was possessed and she was left in the apartment, then when he called the customer service number, how was she on the line? I didn't get that. But what I'm thinking, right, and this is, again, I'm thinking the simple fact that she was possessed, maybe they had her spirit somewhere, is what I'm getting. And that customer service number is actually the number or the portal to where they hold the spirits. Not sure if that makes sense, but it makes sense for me.
Call is the same entity that granted his wish. By the end of this video, you will see exactly why they always say magic comes at a price. In Obsession, we follow Bear, who is obsessed with his childhood friend Nikki. He has liked Nikki for a very long time, but lacks the confidence to tell her how he feels. One day, his friend talks him into asking her out, but at the very last moment, Bear chickens out and changes the subject. When Nikki leaves, he's left feeling hopeless and ashamed. Because of this, he pulls out a toy he bought for her called a One Wish Willow, hoping for a miracle. The toy promises to grant you one wish, so Bear snaps
Be careful what you wish for.
it and wishes Nikki would love him more than anyone in the world. Immediately after he makes the wish, Nikki pops up and wants to go home with him. Nikki then develops a dangerously dark obsession with Bear that spirals out of control as the movie unfolds. At first glance, Obsession appears to be a classic be careful what you wish for story. But this scene right here tells us this movie is much more than that. The scene where Bear calls customer service is by
Look at this. I'm getting chills right now because I seen this in the movie theaters, and this was a creepy ass movie. This was super creepy, and it was pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie.
far the most revealing in the entire movie. In this scene, Bear decides to call the number on the back of the toy to cancel his wish when Nikki starts becoming too much for him. While you would expect no one to answer the call, a customer service rep picks up the line. When Bear requests to cancel his wish, the rep tells him it's impossible. He tells Bear the only way for Nikki to go back to normal is if he was no longer around. The rep then plays a recording of Nikki, who was heard screaming, stuck in some sort of limbo. Her body is being controlled by the wish, while Nikki's soul is trapped in a void. This lets us know that the wish is granted by someone and not just a toy. That someone is who Bear was talking to on that call. It's the thing keeping Nikki's soul captive while something else takes over her body. But who is this mysterious entity and how does the wish work? Well, this is where things get quite interesting. And it seems like the writers of this movie found inspiration from real-world beliefs. In fact, the toy that grants the wish is openly telling us this. You just didn't realize it. In the movie, the toy was meant to play as what they call a monkey's paw. A monkey's paw is a cursed object that allows the holder to wish for whatever they want. Magic comes at a price, and whatever wish is made using the monkey's paw always backfires horribly. While this perfectly explains what unfolded in the movie, this only tells us the surface level understanding of what it all truly means. They called the toy a one-wish willow for a reason. That word willow is the key word here and actually traces back to real magical systems. The reason the toy was called the one-wish willow was because of its direct.
And it's funny because the way that they package these, this object is it's not scary at all. You wouldn't think anything of it. You would even think that this is not even going to work because the packaging itself looks like it's from antique or something like that. It looks like it's just a toy that didn't make the shelves per se.
Connection to the folklore of the willow tree. Throughout history, the willow tree has always been deeply rooted in the mystical. To the ancient Celtic Druids, it was literally known as the tree of enchantment. They believed the willow held the very essence of reality. In fact, the ancient Druids' creation story claims that the entire universe was hatched from two cosmic eggs hidden away within the branches of a willow tree. Because of this, the wood of the willow was used to craft wands and conduct ceremonies. It was seen as the ultimate gateway to the spiritual realm. Things only get more interesting when you discover which deity was closely associated with the willow tree. This magical tree is most famously tied to one of the most feared figures in ancient mythology, that being Hecate, the goddess of magic, the underworld, and the night. Hecate is deeply connected to the moon. Because the willow tree thrives near water and aligns with the lunar cycles, ancient practitioners believe the tree was a direct conductor for her moon magic. They saw branches of the willow as a symbol of her power on earth. Hecate became a goddess whom people went to when they desperately wanted something. In the lore, Hecate is known for answering the call for those seeking power, love, or revenge. She will grant you your deepest wish, but it operates exactly like a deal with the devil. The magic she provides always demands a devastating price in return. When you secure a deal with Hecate, the payment is usually your soul. This is exactly what we see unfold in the movie. Bear makes a wish and snaps the toy, which contains a willow branch inside. When he snaps the toy, he unknowingly performs the ritual that invokes Hecate. When he makes the wish, she grants it, and that seals the.
But it was almost like instantly. I'm telling you, like he snapped this branch or whatever it is, and she was literally at the window. Like that was insane. That alone was creepy at its own.
Deal. They literally let us know this when Nikki says in the movie, "A love only the branch."
She was so amazing. I'm telling you, she was so amazing when it came to the acting. Again, I'm not praising the demonic aspect of it. Only thing I am acknowledging is the way that she was acting. It was for the lack of experience that she has, she killed it. She nailed it.
Branch of a willow tree can conjure. Twist is, Hecate ends up using the very thing Bear desperately wanted to collect his soul. This takes us back to the scene where he calls customer service. Now we know exactly who Bear was talking to. It was either Hecate or one of her representatives. This also reveals exactly why the customer service rep told Bear that if he wanted to undo the wish, he would have to pay the price. That was foreshadowing because that is how deals with Hecate always end. She demands a sacrifice, which in this instance was Nikki, and then she collects the soul of the person who makes the deal. This is why the movie ends with Bear doing exactly what the customer service rep told him was required to undo the deal. The whole movie serves as a dark reminder that magic always comes at a price. Bear turned to the one-wish willow out of desperation. He made a sinister deal to get what he wanted, not realizing the true cost. In the end, he paid the ultimate price for trying to cheat the natural order of the world. When I first discovered this connection between the willow tree and Hecate, my mind immediately went to the rapper XXXTentacion. The first time I ever heard the name Hecate was actually years ago while researching X for a video. He spoke her name directly, and this is where things get genuinely eerie. X mentioned Hecate in a 2016 jail call from before the fame. And
if you think about it, right, you can say that this is all a conspiracy, it's all lies, it's just to get attention, but you have to be very specific when naming these type of demonic figures, right? Hecate, like, come on, I've never heard that in my life. So you have to know you have to know what you're referring to in order to mention something like that, which means you've done your research, or you've done a deal with, an entity that you shouldn't have, and now you know them so close that you have to refer to them in your music.
Call, we can hear him directly ask a friend to recite a passage to communicate with her. Before I play this clip, I want to make it absolutely clear that this recording is 100% authentic. This is not AI. The Miami-Dade County State's Attorney's Office officially entered more than 200 of his recorded jail phone calls into the public court evidence database. This call is one of them.
I can hear you. Say it.
Summoning Hecate, goddess of crossroads, darkness, witchcraft, wisdom, and the moon. Please come to me, please.
Right, tell me how to spell the name. Summoning.
The H-word?
Huh?
Hecate is the H-word that I'm saying.
Wait, H-E?
Hecate.
Hecate. Hecate?
Yeah, goddesses of crossroads.
Or goddess?
I mean, yeah, goddess of crossroads.
That's wild. How they rather seek assistance or, some type of, basically assistance from all these other entities as opposed to just asking the one and only Jesus. That's, I don't understand. I genuinely do not understand what do they get from this. Well, I get it. They get famous, they get clout, they get money, all that good stuff. But you know what you're gonna give in return. So why even do it? I don't know.
Please come to me.
Huh?
Please come to me.
Please.
Please come to me. Please. Hecate.
Please, Hecate.
Yeah. Protect me and bring me freedom.
That's crazy.
Do the sacrifice.
Do the sacrifice, okay.
Treat me as if one of your own.
Treat me as...
And give me all that is needed.
All that is needed?
Yeah.
Literally worshiping the wrong entity.
Surround me in your darkness.
Hecate, right?
Hecate. Surround me in your darkness so that I can bring forth my light.
That. If I have to call back, I want you to put like $50 on the phone, okay? So that...
I'm gonna try because I don't know how much. I'm gonna try it and see how much $50 I can.
So that I may what? I may...
So that I can bring forth my light.
So that I may bring forth or can bring forth?
So that I can.
So that I can bring forth my light?
Yeah.
Accept
this sacrifice. I'm gonna just spell out the rest because I don't know what else you wanted me to say. So.
Is there a lot left or no?
It's just a few sentences. Like it's like a sentence.
Okay.
And it's crazy because it probably has to be spoken in a very specific order for it to take place or for him to be granted whatever he wished for or to fulfill the order.
As in mom, O-T-E.
So S-O-M-O-T-E?
Yes. And then it B after that.
I-T-B-E?
No, I-T-B-E, yeah.
I-T-B-E.
This call is from the Miami-Dade Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center.
So it's F-O-M-O-T-E, I-T-B-E.
Yeah, unless you, mess it up, it looks like a T, for a fact, because I'm zooming in.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
All right, listen.
As the audio reveals, X was deeply interested in the lore of Hecate. It turns out he was introduced to these esoteric ideas by a friend named Bruno while he was trying to make it in the music industry. His own mother actually claimed this in a public interview where she showed the specific books X was studying connected to those beliefs.
I am the mother of XXX Tentacion.
A famous 33 life path. And he is the one who puts you in this beautiful home, correct?
Absolutely.
Your son had a great love for the occult, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Did he ever mention numerology, astrology, tarot to you?
He did, all the time.
Tell us how those conversations went.
It didn't go too well because I was raised in a Christian home and it was just not something that I was interested in, so I was always dismissive. He believed that everything is written in the stars and, all that stuff, and had a lot of books on it.
And what years are we talking about here?
16, 17, on up.
Okay, and you weren't trying to hear any of it?
I wasn't trying to hear any of it. I didn't start getting into that stuff until after he passed away.
Is that when you regrets that you should have listened to him a little bit more?
100%.
And that's what you got me over here for now.
First of all, he had a half and half hair. That's when he was a tyrant, right? And he said the hair represent light and dark.
Okay.
Then he led into the white hair. That's him now shedding his his old ways and right coming into all right, I have a responsibility to these kids. And blue hair is when he's arrived. He literally saw the changes.
Did you see a personality change?
Oh yeah, 100%. He got great. Calm. If you watched majority of his performances, he was all in the kids like you guys are superstars. You guys are all gods. You know, you would all.
You guys are all gods. Come on, that's the number one thing that that these false religions promise you is that you are a god. You are in control of everything. You can do everything you want and have no repercussion whatsoever because you are everything.
Always like he was the only person that I seen when that at the time. I see the people copying it now.
In the cult, correct?
Correct.
Go ahead.
These are some of his books, just so you have an idea of where his mind was and the things that he found interesting.
So he was definitely into the occult, numerology, and astrology.
Everything. And there's more.
I'm sure he was into crystals
magic
too.
Of believing and 48 laws of power, mythology, magic, everything you can.
Very nice.
Is here. The astrology.
And where's the book that he gave you?
Power of the Eight. I'm looking for.
When you look at X's music and visuals through this lens, it appears he could have been paying tribute to her through his music. His
100%.
massive hit Moonlight suddenly appears like a direct dedication since Hecate is the goddess of the moon. Even the creepy hooded entity in this music video for Sad takes on a completely different meaning. That figure is shown repeatedly throughout the video, yet its true identity is never officially confirmed. I honestly feel like this was definitely an important connection to bring up. I have an entire breakdown of this full story if you're interested. If you haven't seen that episode, you should definitely check it out after this.
Well, what do you guys think? You guys, first of all, have you guys watched the movie? What do you guys think of the movie? Right? I thought it was a really good movie, the way that it was done and presented. The acting was great. Sound effects were tremendous. But obviously, if you're watching a movie like that, you have to be aware of the actual message that you're going to receive. So yeah, first of all, let me know what you think of the movie if you saw it. And number two, do you believe in it? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's false? Do you think it's all BS? I definitely believe in it. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and on to the next one.